Pure Fusion Collective. Yep, that's the name. Deonna and Thunder Rosa clashes in a brutal Texas bull rope match. Naomi reunites with Bianca and Jade, but with a new look. Ivy Nile turns on best friend Maxxine Dupri, and Britt Baker's suspension is lifted, but can she win back the fans? Welcome if you're intrigued about this is DS and this is your Women's Wrestling Weekly. I apologize for late upload. I'm feeling bit under the weather, as you can kind of see, but a lot of fun things happened that I kind of wanted to do the review this week, so let's quickly go through everything starting from SmackDown. So on SmackDown we had Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire match. Very rare chance to see the tag champions in action recently. The match was almost embarrassingly short for Alba. I mean, Alba did get some moves in like the Tornado DDT, which was really cool, but really Jade takes care of Alba super easy, escaping from the octopus stretch, nails her with a super kick and finishes her off with Jaded. Post-match, Blair Davenport runs out to join the tag champions on the attack on Jade and Bianca. Then we see Naomi come out, and I can already hear some of you who hated her bangs rejoicing here. This almost felt like a rebranding or almost like a return of WWE Naomi styling from the TNA Trinity styling that she's been keeping a little bit. Abs and forehead all out. I wonder if we're getting the 6-women tag at Bash in Berlin. Either way, I'm so glad to see the big three back together. I'm very satisfied. And backstage we see Tiffany Stratton preparing for Queen Nia Jax's championship celebration next week, and Chelsea and Piper come to tell Tiffany, saying that they see right through Tiffany and they know this is all for her to cash in Money in the Bank on Nia. Tiffany then tells Chelsea she's delusional and leaves. Toodles. Listen, I love me some good championship celebration ceremony, especially if it's like super diva, so I'm all here for it. Really hope Nia goes all out with it. Also, this potential Chelsea and Piper versus Tiffany and Nia situation is interesting because they're both very much of a sassy girl with the powerhouse parallel going on, so this could be a good feud. So WWE Raw, we had Mommy Rhea Ripley open the show, and she says Dominic stabbed her right in the back, but it is just not deep enough. Ouch. Then Liv and Dominic appear from the crowd. Dominic says she lets him eat chicken tenders and play video games whenever he wants, and this mostly male wrestling crowd was like, actually, that sounds pretty good. Liv then continues to taunt Rhea, saying that she took everything away from Rhea, including her family, Judgment Day, her man, Dom, and most importantly, her title. And then there is this like random moment where she gets confused by crowd chanting sloppy second, and she says she'll have Dominic's sloppy second any day, and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about at this point. Anyway, Rhea goes like, I love how much you love talking because now we all know where you're at, with Damian Priest popping up behind them to brawl by concession stands, with Rhea running up too to join this brawl. It's a whole mess, I freaking love it. And later they clash again after Damian Priest versus Carlito match, with Rhea kicking Carlito, then Rhea tries to riptide Dom, but Liv comes for the save. Yeah, I feel like we must be getting a big mixed tag match soon, and that's gonna be so freaking messy. I love it. Then we get Damage Control versus Zoey and Shayna, and wait for it, their new tag team name, the Pure Fusion Collective. More like Pure Confusion. I really wonder if they ask AI for like stable name recommendations, because ChatGPT seems to love this name. I personally don't get it, but I'm also ESL, so maybe I'm missing some cultural connotations or some reference. The commentary did say that it might mean the fusion of MMA and wrestling style, which is pretty cool, I'll say, but even the commentators are making fun of it, say it like 10 times, stud line outsells. But I temporarily forgot about this because we got this legendary Candice Michelle doing a Go Daddy dance in the crowd. Of course, in her bodysuit, I love her consistency. By the way, loving this black leather look that Damage Control is sporting right now. So this match was for a future tag team championship shot, and it was pretty fun. Action spills to outside by the end, and Zoey accidentally super kicks Alba Fire watching this match by the commentary table. And using this distraction, Io hits over the moonsault to pin Zoey, but pissed off tag team champions come attack everyone, ending this match in no contest, and hits Kyrie with their devastating double finisher. But really, they f***ed themselves over really bad, because instead of having one #1 contender coming out of this match, they now have to defend the title against both of them in a triple threat match on next Raw. Wah wah. But this match was fun though. I like that tag team champions are actually getting involved with these tag storylines, but really everyone's going for this title, so I don't know what they're gonna do. I'll say I'm satisfied. Then we saw Ivy Nile turn on Maxxine Dupri. Good thing at least that she did warn her before this match to not come out with Otis and Tozawa, but Maxxine's like, they're my family, so Ivy comes out to attack her, destroy her, lock her in Dragon Sleeper, distracting them for the Creed brothers to pick up a win. By the way, Julius Creed continues to serve the gays. If you saw, you know what I'm talking about. I do think Ivy is so much much better as a heel. She does have that Dragon Ball Android 18, the Terminator vibe to her, and you probably did see that heel tendencies in an interview with me, so I am all here for it. Let's talk about last night's NXT. So Ava announced this No Mercy Gauntlet Eliminator match for next week. They randomly choose 6 women who never had a chance to challenge Roxanne so far, and the winner of this match will be challenging Roxanne at No Mercy. Honestly, a really good idea to get more fresh challengers for Roxanne until the newly signed big guns like Stephanie and Julia arrive. So 6 women selected were Fran Sinclair, Adriana Rizzo, Sol Ruca, Jada Parker, Kendall Gray, and Carmen Petrovic. A solid but very fresh list, but I am shocked just in general, like what is going on? Why is Lash Legend never be seeming to getting these big championship opportunities? I'm like, what is going on with that? But overall, I'm pretty happy about this. So backstage, we see Lola Vice talking to Kalani about defeating Tatum last week for the championship match. Then we see Tatum having a bit of a breakdown. So Lola is so nice, so she goes to console her, but Tatum explodes on her, saying that Lola is not her friend and how Lola's so popular and cool and she's MMA, so she's got everything handed to her. So they decided to have a match, kind of a weird reason to have a match over. The match was really fun though. Both Lola and Tatum so great, and Lola's hard-hitting MMA style meeting Tatum's like freaky eerie wrestling moves together worked really well. Mid-match we see Wendy Chu jump Kalani Jordan, the North American champion, in the commentary, pass her out in the sleeper hold. And back in the ring, Tatum misses 450 and Lola back fist Tatum out of nowhere for the win. And guys, this is babyface Lola, and babyface Lola is super nice Lola. So while she's shaking her ass, she feels bad for Tatum, so she decides to help Tatum up and have this bit of a face-off with Wendy Chu holding up the North American Championship. Yeah, this is really interesting with now Lola being involved too. The dynamic between Wendy and Tatum is already so interesting. The two dark but very different dark forces, so I'm so here for it. The only thing is, Lola's like turning into a bit of a cookie cutter baby face. Like, are we sure that this happy-go-lucky, but I also care for weirdo Tatum, is this the Lola that people fell in love with? I'm not sure. Either way, great match, stratified. Then we got Easy Dane versus Brinley Reese match after Easy got pissed for not getting picked for the gauntlet match and blew up on Brinley. This was a good match. Easy continues to be really great, using her height advantage and landing some really powerful moves. Not gonna lie, there were some points that looked a bit like a play fight, bit too choreographed, should I say. I think that's where the emotions and intensity comes in more. And at the end of this match, Izzy nails Brinley doing a springboard with a huge big boot, and Izzy takes out Brinley with this really cool power finisher. That was a great finisher and a fun match. I'm satisfied. Moving to AEW Dynamite, we have Camille in a 2-on-1 handicap match, and as you know, this is all about just showing the dominance of Camille, the newcomer, and she quickly destroys both Jasmine and Clara under 2 minutes with a reverse powerbomb. Mercedes Moneta comes into the ring and tells Camille to get rid of them. Mercedes then reminds everyone that Britt Baker DMD is suspended, so crowd won't be seeing her until All In. Tony Schiavone then comes out to tell everyone that Tony Khan has actually lifted the suspension, with Britt Baker showing up on the Titantron. And here Britt does what she does best all the time, brings some flavor of reality into the promo, and she tells, unlike herself who's committed to AEW, we know Mercedes will just walk out if things don't work out her way, and says AEW might be a flavor of the month for Monet, but this is her home. It was a good promo. I'm just gonna say, like, with the suspensions and everything going on, I guess they are doing the best they can do logistically. The biggest issue though is how the crowd, who was losing their mind for their AEW homegirl Britt Baker when she finally made her return, and then when she shared the story of her hard-fought comeback, they were so passionate about her. That passion from the crowd and that fanfare is basically gone. Fans are either divided or turned against Britt following the quote real life drama, who knows what's real. And of course, because of the suspension logistic stuff, the focus of this build has shifted to introducing this menacing new force, Camille. This is supposed to be their WrestleMania All In, and this big match between the two clashing, it's kind of like, the build is kind of been disappointing. But we have one more week before All In, so maybe they'll do some wild promo battle to hype this up. We'll see. But for now, I am pretty meh about the whole situation.
Good, not bad.
Then Mariah May has a match with Viva Van. I love me some Viva Van. She's my Asian sister. I love her. But you know how I feel about AEW wrestlers versus ROH wrestlers or local talents matches. AEW just loves doing these matches just for the sake of having a match. Mariah May hits Viva Van with Mayday, but instead of finishing her off right there, she hits Storm Zero for like a salt in the wound of Tony. Mariah then gets this gift for her birthday from Tony, which was a big photo of Tony hugging May. Mariah's like, okay. Then she reads the message behind the photo, which says, says, "Die, Mariah, die." She's then ambushed by Tony, starting another huge brawl. I love their keep rolling. I love this feud. I love how Mariah is still carrying around the bloody shoe from the attack. I love the gift with the surprise attack. This really is the best AEW women's storyline of all time, with so many elements working well together. I really can't wait to see what they're gonna do next week though. Hopefully not another brawl. I mean, just an idea, Mariah can give Tony a gift in return by putting maybe Luther in a box, maybe do a bloody nose blood kiss. I don't know. I'm very satisfied. On Rampage, we got Saraya versus Nyla Rose match, and Saraya with Harley Cameron is just so freaking hilarious. Like at one point, Harley is like, "Use the Rampage," and Saraya is like, "That's not what it's called anymore." What is it called now? Good night, I think? Anyway, Nyla hits chokeslam, but Harley distracts the referee, so pissed off Nyla goes outside to the ring to hunt down Harley, giving Saraya the opportunity to super kick Nyla. And when Nyla tries a suplex, Harley trips Nyla from outside, letting Saraya crossbody onto Nyla to pick up a win. So the storyline going on right now with Saraya is that she is finding a way into All In because it's her home country. She needs to be there. She's a superstar. So we'll see what happens there. I'm not really sure how she will accomplish it, but we shall see. The match was fun though. I'm very satisfied. AEW Collision was packed. We got this Texas bull rope match, Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. So I'm kind of confused how these women did so well in this match, because this match you are attached to each other in this bull rope. I really don't know how they do this, because like there's so much to think about with the freaking rope attached to them with tons of weapons. But the Virtuosa and La Mera Mera, they can do it all because they're so freaking good. This match was crazy with so much weapons to use, so much blood. Really, you just really gotta watch it. There's no point of me just like explaining everything that happened. And at the end, Deonna hits Thunder Rosa with Queen's Gambit for the pin, but Thunder Rosa kicks out to my shock. Then Thunder Rosa bulldogs Deonna into the table, breaking the table, and finishes her off with a Fire Thunder driver for the win. So finally, Thunder Rosa picks up a big win from Deonna. I wonder if this is the final chapter of their feud, because where can we go from this? It is kind of bizarre though that we had this match on a weekly show when we have two huge pay-per-views, All In and All Out, coming up so soon. So I won't hold my breath that this is their last chapter of this feud, because honestly, fight forever. They deserve a pay-per-view match on the main card, not a 0-hour pre-show stuff. But this match was incredible. I'm satisfied. Then Hikaru Shida had a match against a local competitor, Aaliyah James, and she takes her out in like 2 minutes. And post-match, she does an interview. She says she still needs her chance to go to Wembley after losing to Britt Baker on Dynamite. She still wants a chance. And she goes ballsy, going straight to the top, challenging Mercedes Moné. So this match will be really, really great. Another segment we see was Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii challenging Chris Statlander, and before she can finish the sentence, Stokely is like, "I am offended that you have to bring a small, bald man to do your bidding." That was a good one. But then Willow's like, "Whatever, the partner that we have in mind for Chris Statlander is Stokely. Stokely, you." And Statlander accepts the challenge in behalf of Stokely. So we'll be getting this match at 0 hour. This will be a fun one, super fun match. I'm sure Willow and Statlander will get a big blowout match at All Out. So this is going to be kind of like an appetizer match. And I'm happy for them because Chris Statlander, she was a champion last year, TBS champion, but she didn't get to even go to All In. So happy for her. Let's talk TNA really quick. Jordynne Grace has her open challenge for the Knockouts Championship, and this time it's Rosemary accepting the challenge. She's been stalking Ash by Elegance's concierge for a couple weeks now, so there's a storyline going on there. The match, like any Jordynne Grace match, was phenomenal. One of my favorite Rosemary match, I'll say. Well, we see Ash by Elegance and Personal Concierge coming out to shit up again, and Ash picks up this pink kendo stick from under the ring, and while the concierge is distracting the referee, she attacks them both. I mean, if she wants to mess everything up, like, why bother even distracting the referee? But she did. But also, referee pretty quickly realized what was going on. So the match ended in no contest, and Ash leaves both Jordynne and Rosemary pissed off. This was a fun match. I'm glad that Jordynne-Ash storyline is going on. Maybe they're going to add Rosemary into the mix. Triple threat. I'll be here for it. And we see Tasha Steelz and Giselle Shaw's feud continuing after Tasha picking up a win from pinning Giselle holding a rope, so she stole another win from Giselle. So as they fight over this backstage, GM Santino Marella books a rematch between the two with 2 referees this time, so Tasha cannot cheat. And then we see Steph DeLander on a honeymoon waiting for her fiance PCO in a hot tub in a sexy bikini, but he is not picking up his phone. We don't know where he is. And later we see Steph DeLander waiting for him him in bed, and someone knocks, and turns out it's Matt Cardona, her ex-partner. Steph just slams the door on him, but we find out outside PCO is kidnapped by Matt Cardona, who tells him, "You don't mess with my property," and he kicks PCO in the head. Oh, this is gonna be yet another juicy triangle situation. Love it. All right, so that is it for this week's Women's Wrestling Weekly. Thank you so much for Roots of Fights for sending me a CM Punk hoodie. I really thought I was not gonna wear it for the summer, but here I am. I'm feeling a little cold, so this is perfect. It's really comfortable too. Like, I love it. It has the Chicago stars too, so I really like it. Yeah, so actually this weekend I'm traveling to see none other than Hiroko, which I'm like, is this really happening? I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna post on a community feed soon to ask for questions you have for Hiroko. I wonder if she's gonna teach me how to do her makeup. That would be really fun too. And if you wanna follow me, you can find me at DSN on Instagram and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter, and I'll see you next time. Bye.